Welcome to Simple Physics. Today we are going to see about the radioactive dating. From this radioactive dating, we are going to estimate the age of the Earth. The age of the Earth is estimated using the relative abundance of the two isotopes, uranium-238 and uranium-235, which is present in natural uranium. The half-life period of uranium-238 is 4.5 into 10 power 9 years, and the half-life period of uranium-235 is 7 into 10 power 8 years. From the present relative abundance of uranium, the uranium-238 and uranium-235 is 99.3% and 0.7%. So taking N1 as the number of atoms present at time t of uranium-238 and number of atoms present, N2 is the number of atoms present at time t of uranium-235. So 99.3% is present in uranium-238 and 0.7% is present in the case of uranium-235. Using this relative abundance of the two isotopes, we can easily calculate the age of the Earth. So rewriting N1 as N0 exponential minus lambda 1t and N2 as N0 exponential minus lambda 2t. Lambda 1 and lambda 2 are the decay constant of uranium-238 and uranium-235 respectively. So cancelling out N0 in the numerator as well as in the denominator, we can rewrite this as N1 by N2 can be written as exponential lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into t. So the general formula to find the decay constant is 0.693 divided by T half. T half is the half-life period of that particular isotope. So we have to substitute to find the lambda 1, that is the decay constant of uranium-238, you have to substitute 4.5 into 10 power 9 years in this formula. But to calculate lambda 2, that is the decay constant of uranium-235, just substitute 7 into 10 power 8 years. So from this we can easily calculate the value of lambda 1 and lambda 2. The decay constant of uranium-238 after substituting the half-life period can be written as 0.693 divided by 4.5 into 10 power 9. The decay constant of uranium-235 after substituting the half-life period 7 into 10 power 8 years, we can rewrite this as 0.6931 divided by 7 into 10 power 8. So already I have written this formula. So what you have to do is take log on both sides. So in the LHS you have to take log. Similarly in the RHS also you have to take log to eliminate this exponential. The main aim of taking log is to eliminate this exponential. So taking log on both sides, this becomes log E N1 by N2 is equal to lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into T. So already you know the relative abundance between the two isotopes, that is uranium-238 and uranium-235 is 99.3% and 0.7%. Substitute that. RHS remains the same, that is lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into T, and rewrite this to find the formula for T. So T is the age of the Earth to be estimated. So keeping this T to one side, that is in LHS, we can rewrite this formula as 1 by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 log to the base E 99.3 divided by 0.7. So now you have to substitute this lambda 2 as well as lambda 1 in this expression, and after substituting we can easily estimate the age of the Earth. So already I have told about this formula. T is equal to 1 by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 log to the base E 99.3 divided by 0.7. So substituting the expression for lambda 2 and lambda 1 here. So and then calculating, it is estimated the value of T as 5.93 into 10 power 9 years. So this value is nothing but that is the age of the Earth. So in this way we can calculate the age of the Earth using radioactive dating. Using radiocarbon dating, we can also determine the age of carbon specimen. So it is given the C14 isotope, half-life period of C14 isotope is 5568 years, and in the problem itself it is given the isotope C14 is there is 1/8 of the C14 isotope is present in this carbon specimen. So N by N0 is automatically N by N0 value is given as 1/8. So starting from this formula, n is equal to n0 exponential minus lambda t. So n by n0 in the problem itself it is given as 1/8. RHS contains exponential minus lambda t. So in all the problems we have to eliminate this exponential. For that, take log on both sides. So if you take log on both sides, so the expression becomes comes to this equation. So from the basic formula of log, we can rewrite the division as subtraction. Log e1 minus log e8 is equal to minus lambda t. And the lambda, the decay constant, can be evaluated using the half-life period. That is, half-life period is 5568, is already it is given in the problem. Substitute the t half value here. So you can determine lambda by dividing 0.693 by 5568 years. So here you are seeing a negative sign. To eliminate this negative sign, what we have to do is rewrite this as log e8 minus log e1, so that the negative sign in the RHS vanishes. To eliminate this negative sign, already we have written log e1 minus log e8 is equal to minus lambda t. To eliminate this negative sign, just rewrite the first as well as the second term. So this becomes RHS becomes lambda t. And already I told from the basic formula of log e, the minus terms can be written as division. So log e 8 by 1, which can also be written as log e 8, is equal to lambda t. So we need t alone, the age of the specimen alone we need. So t is equal to log e 8 divided by lambda. Lambda already we have determined using this the formula. Lambda is equal to 0.693 divided by 5568. So substitute for lambda. So you get this log e 8 divided by 0.693 into 5568. So the age of the carbon specimen is calculated as 16,710 years. So in the problem only they have given the half-life period as well as the amount of carbon-14 present. That alone they gave. But using the formulas we can easily calculate the age of the carbon specimen which contains the isotope C14. So if a radioactive substance is present in the specimen, means we can easily calculate the age of that particular specimen using these formulas.